time there lived two friends in a village. One was called Dharma and the other was Ajay. One day Ajay said to himself, I am a poor man. I should go abroad with Dharma to make a fortune. Thinking this, he said to Dharma, Friend, unless one goes abroad, one cannot gain knowledge or wealth. Dharma agreed with his friend. Both left their village and went abroad. They traveled to many countries and collected a lot of wealth. They were so happy and satisfied that they decided to return home. When they reached the outskirts of their village, Ajay said, Friend, it will not be wise to go home with all the wealth. Our friends, relatives, and neighbors may ask us for a share of our wealth. So let us bury most of the wealth here and go home with only some of it. Dharma agreed. So both the friends put their wealth in a pot and buried it under a tree on the outskirts of the village. They then went home and began to lead a happy life. One midnight, when the whole village was fast asleep, Ajay got up and went to the tree. He dug up the spot where they had buried their wealth, took out all the wealth, leveled the ground, and returned home quietly. Next day, Ajay went to Dharma's house and said, Friend, we had brought home only some of our wealth. Now I have used most of it. Let us go and bring some more wealth buried under the tree. Dharma agreed. Dharma and Ajay went to the tree. They dug up the spot, but they were shocked to see that there was nothing at the spot. Ajay accused Dharma of stealing all the wealth. He said, Dharma, you have cheated me. You have stolen all the wealth. Dharma said, Stolen wealth has no value for me. I laid down my life but never steal. But Ajay refused to listen to him. You are a liar. You are a thief. Besides me, only you knew that the wealth was buried here. Both the friends had a heated argument. At last they went to the king for justice. They narrated their story to the king. Ajay said, Your Highness, the god of the tree is my witness. If you ask him, he will tell you who the thief is. The king and his ministers became curious to know more about Ajay's witness. After thinking for some time, the king said, All right, tomorrow morning we will go to the tree under which you had buried your wealth. Ajay played a trick. He went home and said to his father, I have stolen all the wealth. As I say, we will have all that wealth to ourselves. What do you want me to do? Asked the father. Ajay said, You have to hide in the big hollow in the trunk of the tree. Tomorrow morning, when I ask you, You will change your voice and testify that Dharma is the thief. The next morning, Dharma, Ajay, the king, and his ministers and many people of the village gathered near the tree. Ajay said, O God of the tree, you are the witness. Please tell us who the thief is. The god of the tree said, Dharma is the thief. Everyone was stunned. The king ordered his guards to collect some firewood and dry leaves and light a fire near the tree trunk. When the fire was lit, the smoke went into the hollow of the trunk. Ajay's father, who was in the hollow, was suffocated by the smoke. When the huge flames entered the hollow, Ajay's father screamed with fright and jumped out. Ajay's game was up. Everyone knew who the god of the tree really was. The king ordered the guards to imprison Ajay and his father. He gave all the wealth to Dharma.